morning. Good morning, everyone. Right. So, what is the Monday boost today? I think I found one which is how to say that. Yeah, would apply very well to my clients' preparation for the EPSO competitions, for the selection processes, for the annual evaluation, if ever they have to do during this time of the year. And which is that the one who confesses his ignorance, it will show it once. Mm-hmm. The one who hides his ignorance will show it a lot of times.
How can coaching help us?
I think, I'm just wondering, at the end of the day, why we don't ask, right? Why we don't confess the ignorance. And I believe that is coming from our, obviously, childhood, when we learn the ropes of the world, right? When we learn how to act in the world or how to behave in the world. And I have an idea that confessing the ignorance, for example, in school, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think that was seen as a good thing. I'm just afraid that, let's say, that as children in school, we didn't want to confess the ignorance because the teacher would punish us, or would at least we were ashamed to say it. So I believe that we have a very strong built-in reaction, which is cover up the not knowing, fake the knowing, behave, pretend, right? I believe that that's the fundamental reason why we do not ask. But then again, what the saying is pointing to is that if we confess the not knowing, then obviously we will have that one opportunity to learn and therefore clean the slate and go from that. Whilst if we don't ask, that not knowing will manifest itself in a, how to say that, in a implicit manner or even more explicit manner throughout so many occasions. So this is one thing which I believe that is probably the main reservation in asking. And there is so this, let's say, learned behavior that confessing not knowing, confessing ignorance is shameful. But I think that there is another point here, which is that we associate the knowing with being liked, appreciated. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And if we have that understanding that if we do confess ignorance, then the others will like us less, will appreciate us less, and so on and so forth. And having said so, comes to my mind a client, a very smart woman, PhDs in law and management, very good manager, and all kind of, so really exceptional person. And she then takes a position as a head of unit, new head of unit in a new domain when she doesn't know anything about. And so she is forced to go into learning. Is forced to go into confessing ignorance. And then what she said in the coaching, so I was encouraging her to confess ignorance. As simple as that. Ask for advice. Tell them you're in the learning. It's obvious you are new in the domain, even though you're head of unit, okay? And then she said that she got a feedback from her staff saying that they appreciate enormously the fact that she confessed ignorance, and then she is asking for advice, and then she takes into consideration their advice. And so she came back in a coaching so happy with this situation that developed from the confess not knowing, confess ignorance, when she expected to have a very embarrassing and a difficult situation.
Perhaps coming from a superior, it also helps soothe the situation.
Absolutely, because then the subordinates, they had to, how to say, explain to her the new, whatever, working environment, the new situations, the new procedures, the new, whatever, substance of the work. And not only that, they, let's say, take care of her to learn, but they had this unique opportunity to shine, right? So that situation became from something that she was very afraid of, or let's say apprehensive about. That became a situation where she learned, so she appreciated enormously, and the subordinate had the opportunity to show their knowledge and to shine in front of their manager, which at the end proved to be a superb situation for both parties.
They had the chance to bond and to create a better team.
Absolutely, even more so that, let's say, moving from the plan of the hard skills into the knowing one, we moved into the plan of the soft skills, where they felt much more humane by confessing ignorance, and then by, let's say, showing vulnerability as well. So absolutely, that situation turned out in a very positive for all the parties. So just to close, better to confess ignorance than to show your ignorance in thousands of ways later on.